Hello again, it's Jason Ravnsborg, your Attorney General, with 5 on Fridays. This week we thought we'd talk about the South Dakota Board of Pardons and Paroles. We've had a number of inquiries about that board, so we thought we'd try and tackle that this week. It is made up of 9 members, 3 of which are appointed by the governor, 3 of which are appointed by myself, the Attorney General, and 3 are appointed by our state Supreme Court. They're appointed to 4-year terms, and they can be reappointed. They do need to be residents of the state of South Dakota, and they do need to be confirmed by the South Dakota Senate. In each category, each person who gets an appointment, one of the 3 has to be an attorney. There are 9 members of the Board of Pardons and Paroles. A gentleman named Mark Smith from Pierre is the chair this year. Ken Albers from Canton is the vice chair. And the other members are Chuck Schroyer from Pierre, Kevin Krull from Sturgis, Patricia Whitehorse Sarda from Wagner, Myron Rao from Sioux Falls, who was selected by my predecessor, Marty Jackley, Shannon Ritter Osborne from Rapid City, Greg Gass from DeSmit. Now, I actually appointed Greg earlier this year, and Ed Leitenberg from Sioux Falls, also picked by my predecessor. The Board of Pardons and Paroles is under the Department of Corrections for administrative purposes, but it retains quasi-judicial, quasi-legislative, advisory, and other non-administrative functions independent of the Department of Corrections. The board is required by state statute to meet at least once every 3 months in a public forum, and during the first meeting of each year, they select the chairperson for the board. Individual members may be selected to act as a hearing officer and provide recommendations to the board. Panels of 2 or more members may also act as a hearing board, and they have full authority in decisions of parole. No recommendations for the commutation of a sentence or for a pardon other than for exceptional pardon may be made by less than a majority vote of all the members of the Board of Pardons and Paroles. Hearings may also be conducted via teleconference. Now that's going to change come July 1. Now, how will the law change come July 1st? The legislature passed a bill, HB 1005, which the governor signed. It authorizes a hearing panel of the Board of Pardons and Paroles to make clemency recommendations. This bill removes the requirement that a majority vote of all members of the board are required in order to make a recommendation for the commutation of a sentence. This new law now allows the recommendation of clemency with the concurrence of 2 board members. Further, a denial of clemency recommendation by a panel shall be reviewed by the entire board. The board may adopt, modify, or reject the denial or recommendation for clemency. One interesting change happened in 2015 where the legislature approved a bill allowing for the board chairperson to request a person to serve as an auxiliary member for up to 4 years following their service on the board. This will assist in instances where a board member may be unavailable or a board member has a conflict of interest in some fashion. But no more than 1 auxiliary member can serve on a single hearing panel. The Board of Pardons and Paroles is assisted by an executive director. The executive director is appointed by the Secretary of the Department of Corrections. Their office is located at the State Penitentiary in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And you can find out more information about the Board of Pardons and Paroles on the Department of Corrections website. Now, I hope you found this information informative this week. Next week, we're going to talk about the Savin Victim Notification Program. Until then, I'm Jason Ravnsborg, your Attorney General, doing everything I can do to keep South Dakota safe. Thank you.